guys, welcome to this video. So welcome to my seasonal wrap-up video. I don't know why I just like talked like that, but sorry, that was really annoying. Welcome to my seasonal wrap-up video. So if you don't know, most booktubers do like a monthly wrap-up and monthly TBR video. Say it with me now, I'm a slow reader, as I've said a million times, so I do seasonal wrap-ups and TBRs. So I'll be doing my fall wrap-up and my winter TBR, books I want to read this winter. Let's start with the wrap-up. I'm gonna go like opposite order, so the book I just finished more recently and then go to what I finished back in September. And then yeah, I'll give you guys what I'll be reading in like December, January, February-ish time frame. So let's get into it. My most recent read, and 5 stars, is Fourth Wing. I finally got around to reading Fourth Wing, the most like hyped fantasy book of the year that I've seen pretty much. This is also the special holiday edition. I do have the normal edition, but special holiday edition, it's so beautiful. I made the mistake of reading, I did spoil the end for myself. I made the mistake of reading the bonus chapter because I thought you could just like, because it's from Xaden's POV, so I thought you could just read, oh, after I read chapter 6 in, what's her name, Violet's POV, I can read his POV, and then it like drops a bomb in that. So don't read bonus chapters if you don't want to spoil it. Sometimes there's no spoilers in bonus chapters, and sometimes there is. So from now on, I will not be reading bonus chapters until I'm done with the whole book. But it's still like a hit nonetheless. Like it was still like a big reveal and everything at the end. This was just insane. It starts out like right in the action, like right on the day when Violet is like going to like pick her college or whatever, or her quadrant that she's going to. If you don't know anything about this, it's basically about this war college where you can either be a scribe, a writer, a healer, and then there's like one other one I think. And Violet really wants to be a scribe, but her mom is making her be a writer, a dragon writer. So you basically just like follow her journey with that. And then at the end it gets like really intense and it's like, it's crazy. So it's so good. And you'll see, but I have dove into Iron Flame a little bit, but yeah, I'm just so excited to continue on with this world in the series. So I did have 2 DNFs this season actually, which is rare for me. Usually I just like see a book through and I read it all the way through, but I could not get myself to get through these books. One of those being The Silent Patient. I will finish this hopefully by the end of the year at some point. Like I want to actually finish this. I just could not, I was not in a thriller mood when I picked this up, and I was actually trying to film a thriller video, which never ended up happening, when I was reading this, and I just was not in the mood to read it. Like it seems like it's gonna be really good, and like it is like decently good so far, but I could not get myself to finish it. I got almost halfway through, so that'll be a journey for the rest of the year, but I just was not in a thriller mood, but I'm sure it's great. I just need to get back to that. The one book, also The Fourth Wing was the only book that I read in November. This was the only book that I read in October. Very different from my summer reading and stuff, but you've seen me talk about this book a million times. Wildfire. I made its whole own video on my channel. Go check it out. So I'm not gonna say much, but 5 stars. Just love this series. I love this author. I love Hannah Grace's writing. It's summer camp vibes, one night stand, but then they end up working together type thing, if you don't know what it's about. So good. It's just like a cute little romance book that I just needed at the time, and I read it pretty fast. So good. Now the rest of the books are ones I read in September. September was a pretty good reading month for me because that's like right before school actually gets like intense and hard, so I've definitely slowed down over the past few months. But I did read A Court of Frost and Starlight in September, and this I rated it a 3.5 stars. I will say I enjoyed it for what it was, because it was very much like the same characters, but like just in a cute, not fighting for their life situation type thing, which is what all of the other books are pretty much. And it was just a cute little like Christmassy winter book, Court of Frost and Starlight. Yeah, so 3.5, it's a novella, if you can't tell. So I only have one more book left until I'm done with what is out of the series right now. But yeah, it was cute. I will say, I would like to say that you don't have to read it, but I feel like at the end you kind of get some information that's like, would be nice to know going into the next book. So maybe if you want to like skim it and just read like the last few chapters, it's just a lot of them like setting up for their winter solstice, I think is what they call it. Yeah, winter solstice. There's a few tidbits of information that like maybe you might not want to miss. So I would say like to still read it, but it just wasn't my favorite. I just was like, yeah, it's just like cute little like they're just doing little Christmassy things. Like, I don't know, it was cute to see like the characters in like a setting like that. Then I read on my Kindle, I don't have my Kindle with me right now and I don't have the physical book, but I read The Housemaid's Secret by Frida McFadden, which is the second book to The Housemaid that I read earlier in the year. I rated that a 4.25. It wasn't like a 5-star, but it wasn't, you know, it wasn't a 4-star either, so it's like 4.25, you know, pretty good for me. It was good. I really enjoyed it. I feel like a lot of people didn't really like it that much because the first one was so good, and then I didn't realize it was following the same character. For some reason I thought it was going to be like a different character, but it still follows the same character from The Housemaid, and she just goes on even more adventures and almost gets herself killed, basically, is, you know, what it is, which is basically like all thrillers, so that was not a spoiler. Yeah, it was good. I really liked like how it went, and like there were a few twists and turns that I was not expecting. Basically, if I can't predict like how a thriller ends, like it's good to me. So it was good and I couldn't predict it. So yeah, it was really good. I really recommend any of Frida McFadden's books. I've only read those two, but they're all on Kindle Unlimited, so I feel like if I ever am in like a really like thriller mood, I can just like binge them on there. Because I read The Housemaid's Secret in like less than 2 days on my Kindle. Like it was so fast. And back to another DNF. The House Across the Lake. Or no, not The House Across, Meet Me at the Lake. There's House Across the Lake is a different thriller. I got halfway through with this one. And again, I probably will finish it. I really want to finish it because I just want to see how it ends. I just want to see what goes on with these characters, because it's like, I don't want to be that, because I know everyone was like bashing on this book when it first came out. I don't know, I don't want to be like that person where I'm like jumping on the bandwagon. I genuinely wanted to like this and give it a chance. I just couldn't, like, because what it is she's trying to do this, you know, then and now thing, which is what Carly Fortune did with her first book, but back then they only had 1 day together, and now all of a sudden the main character, Fern, she's like is obsessed with this man. He comes back into her life, which is not a spoiler, it's on the back, and she's like, oh my god, like all this stuff, but it's like, babe, you only knew him for 1 day and you're like this in love and like crazy over him, and just like everything she says, it's like she's so dramatic and he's just kind of there like being like, oh hey, like what's up, haven't seen you in 10 years. And it's like, because I did agree to like meet up again the next year, I think. So she's like, oh, you're 10 years late, and he's like, yeah, okay. Like, I don't know, it's just, that was not a good explanation, but I just need to finish it and I just want to know how it ends. I love the cover, and it's like really soft. I love the like feel of this book. But yeah, so that was my other DNF of September. And the first book that I read in September and this season was The Inheritance Games by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I'm sure you've heard about this, but if you haven't, it's basically like if you've ever seen the movie Knives Out, pretty similar to that. This young girl basically gets left like millions, or maybe even billions, I think just millions, from this old man who she's apparently, you know, never met, doesn't have any connections to, and you know, he has some grandsons and she has to live in their big mansion, and basically people don't like that she got all the money and they don't even know who she is. So it was really good. Like I read this really fast as well. Like Jennifer Lynn Barnes, everyone always is like, oh my gosh, her books are such fast reads, and they're right, they are, or this one was at least. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was a really good read for September and like the fall season. It was really fast paced too, like, so that also obviously helps with reading fast. And there's like, you know, some like little riddles in there that you can kind of like solve along with the characters, and just, I don't know, it was just fun, and I'm excited to continue the rest of the series. And kind of it made me want to rewatch Knives Out, so I might have to still do that. But yeah, so those are all of the books that I read in the fall. Now on to the books that I want to read this winter, my TBR. I guess we'll start with The Silent Patient, because I said I was going to finish it, and I will finish this year, or at least this season, because it's like, it's good and it's different than any book that I've ever really read, so I just obviously want to see how it ends, so I will be finishing that. Next on my list, I've actually already started 2 of these books that I'm about to show you, but Iron Flame, of course, I had to get the sprayed edges, like I just had to. I went to my Walmart the day that it came out, and they had just stacks of the holiday edition of Fourth Wing and stacks of this edition of Iron Flame, and I was just so happy. So I just love the spray, they're just so fun, like they're just so fun. So I've read 1 chapter. I want to continue it, but I feel like I just need a little cute little fluffy romance in between, which is what I'm reading right now for another video coming out next month, which you will see. So I'm reading that, but then I'll probably get back into this and definitely finish this by the end of this year. It's a hefty one. It's thicker than Fourth Wing. Like the world building I feel like in this is really good too. Like it's just like I feel like really immersed in the world. Like I haven't felt this way since I've read like Divergent and the Hunger Games. Like, not even, I love ACOTAR, but this just like hits different. I don't know what it is. Speaking of ACOTAR, the other book that I have read one chapter of, I feel like I just needed to like start these books and like to get into it. Another thick one, A Court of Silver Flames. This is the only book I have left of the series, and this is actually from Nesta's POV, Nesta and Cassian. It's like their story, so it's different from like what the books have been previously. So I'm excited. I will say it is in third person point of view, which I'm not excited about, but I'm sure I'll get over it. It'll be fine. Like, it'll be fine. Like, it's fine. I'm like trying to convince myself it's fine. Oh, I have not even read one chapter. This is literally the first page that the bookmark is on. We'll be finishing this, like, I need to finish this by the end of the year. I just want to finish that whole series this year and be done and wait for the next book to come out. Maybe I'll start, what's that other series? Assassin's Blade, is that what that series is called? Or Throne of Glass. I might read that next year, but we'll see. Yeah. I guess we'll stay on theme with the series because I also have the next book of the Inheritance Games series, The Hawthorne Legacy. I ran out and bought this like the day after I finished Inheritance Games and then did not pick it up. I wanted to, I was like planning on it because this ends in like pretty much a cliffhanger and like a shocking reveal, so I wanted to keep going. I think I read like the first page of it or something, but so I'm sure this will be another fast little read. I'm excited to get through this series as well. I really just like need to finish series that I've started this season. Like, that's my goal. And then the next one on my TBR has been on my TBR pretty much almost all year, but that is Mile High. I've heard very mixed reviews on this. I found this through like Instagram. Like, I saw like a quote someone posted of it from the book and I was like, okay, I need to read that. So I ordered it, and then I've seen people have really mixed reviews on it. And there's already 2 other books out in the series. So I'm like, you know, and they're also on Kindle Unlimited, so I don't really know why I bought the paperback, but I just really wanted the paperback because it's like thick and it's like soft, and I just love physical books so much. So that's that on that. So I really hope I like it. Like, I feel like I will, but I don't know. I've heard some things. I need to stop letting what other people say about books like influence my opinion on the book before I even read it, obviously. But hi, cute little romance. It's like an NHL sports romance. She's the flight attendant for their private jet, for the NHL team's private jet, right? Private jet or just whatever. We'll see. I don't know. I haven't read it yet, so I don't know. Before I show you my last physical book, I'm gonna read off books that I don't have / ones that I will read on Kindle. So I also want to read The Last Word by Taylor Adams. I think that comes out on paperback this month, so I'm gonna wait for the paperback to come out to buy it. It's a thriller about this woman who leaves like a bad review on a book, and then apparently the author like comes and stalks her or something like that. I don't know, but that sounds so good to me for some reason. Like, that just sounds like it's gonna be a nice little cozy book to like curl up and read. I cannot wait to read that. And I also want to read 'Tis the Season for Revenge by Morgan Elizabeth on my Kindle. I will be reading that for a video coming up, but it's a Christmassy book, obviously. So yeah, I'm excited about that. And the last book that I have with me physically is Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber, as if I need to start any more series. But you know, it's okay, because actually this whole series is out now, so I can just like binge it if I really want to. But also, first of all, the writing is like, the font is big, so I'm like, I can get through this no problem. Anytime the font is big, I'm like, no problem, and then it ends up being a problem. No, I'm just kidding. But I end up not reading as fast as I want to. But this is like apparently like a fairy tale-ish fantasy type book, which I've never really read that type of fantasy before. I've read more like sci-fi fantasy. I guess ACOTAR is kind of fairy tale. I'm like trying to figure out what it's about. Oh, there's like a wedding. Oh, Prince of Hearts. Okay, I've like heard all of those things from people talking about this book. So all I know is this is a very hyped up, talked about book and series online. So wanted to give it a try. I also have all these books on this bomb shelf that I haven't read yet. So gotta get to those at some point. Maybe it'll be this season. But those are just like books that are like on the top of my radar this season. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you read or what you're reading in this upcoming winter season. I have a Christmas book video coming next month, or I guess this month if this is being uploaded in December, I'm not sure yet. But I will have a reading Christmas books video coming up. Get excited for Vlogmas, because that is basically all I will be posting this next month as well. Just vlogs of my days leading up to Christmas. I love Christmas. Leave me any Christmas recommendations for books down below. or any other book recs. Like, I'm always open to literally any book recommendations that you want to give me. Yeah, that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time. I don't know when. Bye. Picture with my TBR. So heavy. Oh my god. Ow.